After months of speculation, gossip and doubt, the day that we wanted to see the lease is finally here. Even though we as the fans did our best, it seems like the ending is inevitably near for our favorite show, Yellowstone. As you all know, rumors about the show's destiny have dominated the news since the end of Season 5, Part 1. At first, we were surprised about the fact that the show has decided to divide Season 5 into 2 parts. Even though this was a rising trend for many streaming shows today, Yellowstone was still a network show, which was odd. Besides, for the most part, shows prefer to divide their last seasons into 2 parts so that they can have a more throughout well-explained ending. So from that point on, we started to question if Yellowstone was coming to an end with its 5th season and thus decided to choose such a part. And yet, it didn't make any sense in our minds. After all, Yellowstone was one of the biggest shows on air today and it didn't lose anything out of its popularity. On the contrary, with each new season, the number of people who were tuning in to watch the premiere episode was on the rise, breaking records. Besides, it felt like there were a lot more stories to tell in the show, knowing that the creator, Taylor Sheridan, had an epic ending in his mind. Even if the ending was approaching, it wasn't understandable to have a major hit like Yellowstone entering its last season with little to no announcement as if it's nothing. For all these reasons, we overruled this frightening possibility and decided that there was nothing wrong with Yellowstone. Well, we were wrong. Shortly after Season 5, Part 1 completed its run on TV, the news started to circulate in media on February 2023, claiming that there were serious disagreements between Kevin Costner and Taylor Sheridan. The rumors were stating that Costner was refusing to take part in the filming of Part 2 of the 5th season for more than a week, while Sheridan was determined to not ease his rules for co-star in The Clash of Titans. Except for the fact that in this case, the Titans were 2 middle-aged men with huge egos refusing to work for the best of everyone, aka saving Yellowstone. Instead, they were both insisting on their stance, acting like Davis who expect the world to turn around them. Well, as Yellowstone fans, we sometimes feel like the world truly turns around these 2 men, as their decisions make or break the show's fate. With the most recent news, we heard that the 2 men were determined to not take a step back and sacrifice Yellowstone instead. Yes, you heard it right. Both Sheridan and Costner decided to cancel Yellowstone after Season 5 just because things didn't go the way they wanted to. According to an anonymous source from the production crew of Yellowstone, the entire thing is a classic clash between a showrunner and a movie star. It's the same as with any showrunner and big star. There's respect, but there's friction, the source expressed and continued. Taylor is overburdened. And Kevin made himself available at the beginning of the year. But again, nothing was ready. Kevin had already committed to making his other movies. He had given the producers his schedule. We know that Costner is working on his new project titled Horizon, while Sheridan is working on multiple projects at the same time, which makes it harder for him to keep up with the schedules. In fact, Season 5, Part 2 was supposed to be released in the summer of 2023. Originally, however, since the 2 men could not meet in the middle ground and perhaps Sheridan couldn't complete the script for the new episodes, the filming of Part 2 was postponed to May. Thus, we will probably get Part 2 on TV in September 2023 at best. The anonymous source also expressed that the fact that the scripts were not ready at the scheduled time was a real bummer for the cast members. In the entertainment industry, you can't keep yourself in a holding pattern and available. All the producers are not getting their act together with the scripts. There was nothing to shoot. The sad news is, this wasn't the only source that had such harsh claims. Another source who works close to Sheridan expressed that his ego is the reason why we won't have Yellowstone Season 6. Taylor is the star of his show. He's the most important person on all of his shows, the source stated. Now, for the past 2 months, we as the fans were quite harsh on Costner for wanting to lead the series without completing it. But with these new revelations, we realize that Costner has his own reasons to step away from Yellowstone, which is unfortunate. Still, we know that previously the Paramount executives expressed their confidence in Costner returning to the series eventually. And yet this doesn't change the fact that there will be no Yellowstone Season 6. Paramount doesn't want Yellowstone on the air for more than another year and competing with their shows. They prefer to have a new Sheridan show with Paramount Plus, a source expressed on the issue. So it seems like Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2 will be the last time that we welcome the series on our TV screens. Afterward, we will be left alone with Sheridan and his 10 other projects in development with Paramount. We are already familiar with some of those projects, such as 1923 and 4 Sixes. For the rest of them, though, we are ready to be surprised. Still, we can't help but wonder if it was truly worth throwing Yellowstone under the bus for a mere Evo conflict. Will those other 10 shows ever be as successful as Yellowstone? We doubt so. Right now, the only thing that we hope for is to have a proper ending for the Yellowstone saga and avoid a disaster similar to Game of Thrones Season 8. Either way, this is the end of an era and we are truly sad about it. Do you think Yellowstone will get the ending it deserves? How do you feel about the show prematurely ending? Are you rooting for Sheridan or Costner? So guys, before winding up, remember to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.